Welcome back to the City Current Show. I'm your host, Jeremy Park. We're always honored to bring you inspiring stories of individuals and organizations making a difference and powering the good. And we're staying on the theme of Feed America First. We have a big event coming up. We get to dive in with one of the grand champions. And so we are joined by Cherie Hammond. She's the CFO of Storage Systems Unlimited, which is a City Current partner helping us power the good. And she is the 2017 grand champion of Dancing with the Nashville Stars. And so, Cherie, how are you doing?
I am doing great. I'm doing great, Jeremy. I'm so glad to be with you today. So thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So you personally do so much good, storage systems, so much good, tied to Feed America First. So we have a lot of fun conversations on your end. Let's start with Feed America First, and then we'll talk all about Storage Systems Unlimited. But give us a little bit of just how you personally got involved with Feed America First.
Yes, Feed America First is absolutely one of my favorite organizations here in Williamson County. And because their reach is so far beyond not just us here in Williamson County, but beyond. They reach up into Kentucky, they go down to Alabama and Mississippi, and really much further than that. They're able to go where the need is. But I was first introduced to Feed America First through my good friend Ken Moore, Mayor Ken Moore of Franklin. And we were actually heading to another radio broadcast, and he said, Cherie, would you be interested in dancing and helping a nonprofit? And he had no idea about my love for dance. So I was like, yes. So, it's one of those things where you say yes first, and you're like, wait a minute, what are the details? What are we doing here? So, of course, I said yes as I learned more about Feed America First and the good work that they're doing. Even again, here we just had another natural disaster, right, in Kentucky, and Feed America First is already boots on the ground, working with different organizations to help bring the needed food. But back to that moment in time, so I said, yes, Ken, I'm glad to do it. What do I have to do? He's like, oh, you just have to form a little team, and you got to do a dance and do ballroom dance, and it'll be great. So, okay, once you get into it, I was like, whoa. Then I was like, oh my gosh, now we got to win it, right? For Feed America First to raise the needed funds. And then also just for my team, the Tutu Troop, we called ourselves, we put in place. So as you said, in 2017, we were the grand champions, which means we raised the most money. And if you raise the most money for Feed America First, you win the Shiny Ball Trophy. So the Shiny Ball Trophy was at stake. And then we also won Best Dance. And of course, from an old dancer, a very long ago old dancer, that really meant the most to me as well. So we had a blast, and here we are now doing the Grand Champions of Champions.
And so this is the 10th anniversary in terms of the upcoming event, and the promo video for it is really cute and fun. And it's you and another grand champion who won in 2019, Dr. David Kemp. And so it's you two, kind of dancing, but teasing each other about being past winners. And then obviously kind of setting the stage for the battle royale. And so talk about the event in terms of the opportunity for the public to come out and get engaged, and obviously sponsorships and ticket sales, and donating the money to root for your team and support your team. So how does all this come about, and how does this magic happen?
All right, so we'll start first with the big event. So it's February 15th at the factory. Starts probably at 6 o'clock. There'll be a dinner. There's going to be great food, drink, the whole 9 yards. A lot of good music. It'll be a great show. So people can go to feedamericafirst.com and find out information about that night and buy tickets. But what you can really do, as you mentioned, you can support Team Cherie. So in the past, as I mentioned, we've had like 7 teams, 7 different dancers would dance each year. And this time being the 10th anniversary, the grand champions, it's Dr. David Kemp, who's a friend of mine, by the way. Dr. David Kemp and me, and we both have our teams. And what we've done is we've divided everybody we know into these 2 teams. So Feed America First board has been divided, past dancers have been divided, all of our friends have been divided, and you can support Team Cherie. You can go to feedamericafirst.com/Cherie, and that's CHERIE, and you can make a donation now, which will go to our numbers to, of course, win the Shiny Ball Trophy. There's also lots of other ways people can be involved. There's corporate sponsorships. We're getting a lot of our friends from the corporate world to be involved, all sorts of sponsorship ways. So you can be a sponsor, you can buy a ticket, you can be part of our team, but whatever you do, we will invite you all to be a part of Team Cherie. And again, that's Cherie with a C, Cherie.
When you talk about the power of a dollar, Mike Womack was a part of segment 1, executive director of Feed America First, and he mentioned that $1 is 15 meals. When you look at the impact of that, a dollar is a powerful multiplier in terms of the number of families served and the impact it can have. And so never underestimate the power of something small and the big impact it can have. When you talk about this event, it's extremely important to the mission of Feed America First, because this is the big annual fundraiser. This is what allows for that huge impact. So when you talk about the support of corporations, individuals coming out, donating and obviously supporting your team, it's a really powerful opportunity to have a higher purpose and make a bigger difference.
Absolutely. And that goes back to about the mission of Feed America First and how they do what they do. So they are a large scale collection agency. I'm sure you heard all those details from Mike. They will be boots on the ground themselves, but they will also pair up with about 200 different partners who can be boots on the ground. So it's this huge joint effort. And as a lot of times we like to say, that there's really not a shortage of food, but there certainly is a shortage of the opportunities to distribute the food. And another reason that I have really connected with Feed America First is they are very much interested in the rural areas. A lot of the organizations focus more on the urban areas, but we've got the whole rural area as well. And as a former school board member for Williamson County Schools, public education, it is so important. In order for children to learn, they have to be fed, they have to be clothed, right? And we've got story after story of kids that said, it's my turn to eat today, or I didn't eat today. And it goes on and on and on. So take all of that need that's been out there and then add the pandemic to it, add the employment difficulties, add all sorts of socioeconomic, personal situations that have gone on. And we still have a hunger need. We have a hunger need right here in Williamson County, and as I said earlier, and even beyond our doors right here. So it is an extraordinary opportunity. To me, it's almost like a little best kept secret, but not one that we want to say is a secret. We want to get the word out. So here, as you said, Jeremy, you can have a huge impact with a little bit of money.
Yeah, when you're talking about the schools, one of the stories that Mike shared was a young boy who mentioned that it wasn't his day to eat, it was his sister's day to eat, and how, unfortunately that was really inhibiting his ability to do good on his test and just have a normal life. And so when you think about the sadness of that it wasn't his day to eat, he was having to split it with his sister. That right there is the power of what you're talking about, is we have a chance to really pour into our students and our youth and really support them in a powerful way. Talk about your favorite part of the event. So when you talk about kind of just your personal favorite part, and obviously winning is a piece of that, but dancing with the Nashville Stars, what's your personal favorite part of the show?
Well, for people who know me and know the way I like to operate out there is I'm a team girl, right? So if we're going to do something, everybody's going to be involved. So probably actually my favorite part is when I'm out there on the dance floor, is we will give our friends that are there opportunity to really have crowd involvement. So my favorite part is, out there on the dance floor. And listen, I'm going to throw it all down. Jeremy, I am throwing it all down. We've got some big music planned, Strong Woman, some Strong Women songs. And as my family's like, whoa, Mom, okay, we're behind you all the way. But my favorite part is when you get on the dance floor and then you see all these friendly faces, and then you know that you've given them the opportunity to participate. So everybody get their dancing shoes on a little bit. Now, I want to be clear on that though, Jeremy, because I think I freaked some people out and they're like, wait, we're going to be on the dance floor with you? No. You can stay having, at the table, but we'll give you an opportunity to be a part. So no matter what we're doing, we're raising funds. If we're sharing the word or if we're dancing out there, everybody can feel like they're a part. It's going to be a blast. It's really one of the most fun things I have ever done. And again, I'm going to throw it all down. I'm going to do my part. Hopefully I won't fall down, but I'm going to throw it all down. And we're just going to have a blast. And hopefully we're going to win.
And I think too, I mean, in a cool way, you get to see sides of people like you that you normally don't get to see. And so, you put them in a new fun environment with a higher purpose, and you get to see, obviously just your personality come out in a different way, the dancing, like all you get to see yourself put it out there and throw it down in a really fun way that people normally don't get to see that side of you. And so I think it's a cool way when you look at the different business leaders, community leaders, getting to know them in a different light, and obviously doing it in a social environment is great relational opportunities to be able to get to know people in a different way.
Absolutely. I can't agree with that more. Even when we did it in 2017, I did the splits. And people were like, oh my goodness, you did the splits. Of course, I'm like praying the whole time. Oh, I hope I get back up. I hope I get back up, which I did. Thank goodness. But that was like, oh my gosh, Cherie did the splits. And I'm like, yeah, I got a few little hidden things. So I hope I have a few more hidden things that we're going to bring out. But again, all in the name of doing good and having fun. And Jeremy, another thing that I've really been thinking a lot about lately is with all the different situations that are going on out there, this is one where we can all come together. It doesn't matter what we think, what we believe. I don't know anybody that wouldn't say, I want to solve hunger. I don't know anybody that's against solving hunger. So this is also a real common denominator. And even with some of the songs that we're doing, we're going to try to get connected with some of the singers, because we're like, wow, what a better way than to say, this is something we can all come together with and solve. And it's an issue, and we're going at it, and we're going to solve it. So please come be a part.
That's awesome. Absolutely. Give us a little bit of background on Storage Systems Unlimited. For you as the CFO, obviously you have a different vantage point on that. And so talk about Storage Systems Unlimited.
Storage Systems Unlimited is one of my favorite places to be. And I've had great opportunity throughout my career. I'm a CPA by trade, started out in the public accounting world, way back when, and then had an opportunity to work for a number of different companies, support my husband's entrepreneurial ventures, be a stay-at-home mom, on and on and on. So it's about 4 years ago, and I'm like, okay, what's my next? Did Dancing with the Stars, kind of what's my next? And I was introduced to Bill and Karen Kreger through a mutual friend of ours that works for a large regional accounting firm. And as soon as I met them, really, I saw their hearts. And so they are two of the best people on the face of this earth. This is a family-run business. Bill's father started the business many years ago, like back in the 60s. And Bill and Karen, then it's morphed and changed, and they took it over, moved it here to Nashville. We're mostly in the healthcare industry, and I know you're going to hear more about that from Bill and Karen. But the specialness about storage systems is not only are we in a niche market, meaning that we can do something that other people can't do, and we do it better than they can, we think, because we put our hearts in it, we put our all into it. We have a strong and mighty staff that cares, and Bill and Karen care. So not only are we doing good work, vocational work, and doing good work in the healthcare field especially, but also we always looking for opportunities to go about doing good. This is a social enterprise business, as well as a very strong just vocational business as well. So the reason really, Jeremy, why I'm still here this many years later, it's been a little over 4 years, is because of Bill and Karen. And they know that we're on mission together, and I'm a part of them as long as they want me.
Hey, that's awesome. And to your point, we'll have a chance to learn more about Storage Systems Unlimited in the next segment. Give us, from the philanthropic side, when you talk about Storage Systems Unlimited and the purpose-driven work, give me one of your favorites outside of Feed America First. What's another favorite experience related to more on the philanthropic side, the nonprofit side, the give back side? What's one of your favorite experiences?
So I've got two of them. Probably my next strongest one would be the Williamson County Schools Entrepreneur and Innovation Center. So I had the great opportunity through my connection with the chamber. I'm a past former board member of Williamson Inc., the chamber here in Williamson County. And we started the Entrepreneur and Innovation Center, the EIC, for Williamson County Schools. It is the biggest game changer of almost anything I've done, again, to our next generation. I love anything that we can do to seed into our next generation, because they're going to be us next. So of course I'm involved in that. Bill and Karen always open the doors. We have a conference room here at Storage Systems. So we met here many, many, many times. We formed this incredible organization that to come alongside and support what Williamson County Schools was doing. And then we needed mentors and coaches. So of course, marched down the hall to Bill Kreger's office. Hey, Bill, you want to be a mentor? So he has actually taken on the role to be a mentor to help some of the student groups. So it's just that type of weaving back and forth. Another thing, Bill and I are both members of Rotary here in Williamson County. I'm a member of the Brentwood Morning Rotary. He's a member of the Franklin Evening Rotary. I'm president. He's past president. So it's just like our lives go like this in and out. And so that's given us opportunity too, from a business standpoint, to help, but also to make sure our staff is aware, all of our different groups are aware. And we love giving our staff here the opportunity to say, okay, how's this? Is this something that really will pique your interest and you want to be involved in? Through City Current, one of the great things we did is we went and helped a couple years ago and served children, and we washed feet. And one of the most poignant, again, opportunities that we can do just to come alongside our fellow man.
Absolutely. Yeah, the Samaritan's Feet to me is one of my favorite events. And so definitely appreciate all you and your amazing team are doing. Wrap up with website again for Feed America First with the event, and then also where we can go to learn more about Storage Systems Unlimited.
Okay, so for Feed America First, so it's feedamericafirst.com. You can just go to the website to go to my personal donation page. It's feedamericafirst.com/Cherie, Cherie. And you can get everything you need to know about Feed America First and Dancing with the Nashville Stars from those two places. As far as Storage Systems go, of course, you can go to Storage Systems with an S, StorageSystemsUL.com, and you can find out all about us.
Well, Cherie, greatly appreciate all you are doing. Best of luck with the event, and greatly appreciate you coming on the show. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeremy. I hope to see you on February 15th.